Hi, this is Kaylee Hopper, Accounts Payable Specialist, and I'm here to talk about tips and tricks for accounts payable. On the agenda today is preschool and elementary teacher supply allocation, first continuing contract supplies allocation, postage, catering meals and light refreshments, workshop observation travel request, travel expense voucher, de minimis gifts, and other miscellaneous items. All this information is on the Business Services Employee Resources webpage, along with all the forms we will discuss today. Preschool and elementary teacher supply allocation. Use account code 0100275615 and your school's location code. Teachers receive an allocation of $200 for the purchase of supplies and supplemental materials. Fill out the FTE portion of the form. If the teacher is not a full-time employee, they receive a portion of the $200. For instance, if they are a 0.5 FTE, they receive $100. It is your responsibility to track how much each teacher spends on a spreadsheet so they don't go over their allocated amount. Original itemized receipts are required. Expedite the processing of reimbursement requests by encouraging teachers to submit earlier in the school year. We can process allocation reimbursements anytime during the school year once the teacher has spent their allocated amount. First continuing contract supplies allocation. Use account code 0100275618. No location code is required. First continuing contract teachers receive $300 for instructional supplies and materials. Elementary teachers may also receive $200 for preschool and elementary teacher supply allocation. There will not be multiple reimbursements to an individual employee. To be reimbursed, form must be turned in by May 31st of that year. Original itemized receipts are required. Accounts payable confirms employee status with HR prior to reimbursement. Postage. Southside schools, Glenwood, Hillcrest, Homelink, Skyline, and Lake Stevens Middle School will continue using the postage machine at Cavallero Mid-High School. Barb will update the shared postage spreadsheet quarterly with usage amounts for each school. Postage will be reconciled and charged quarterly in November, February, May, and August to budgets. Use your school's location code when charging postage. Catering meals and light refreshments, found under policy number 3600. This is for special situations or occasions. Approval is required prior to any district commitment. And approval must be approved by an administrator above the requester. For example, business secretary prepares and principal approves. Email approval is acceptable. Justification supports the request. Please make sure to include purpose, participant lists, and why it is an integral part. Submit receipts for the actual cost to accounts payable with the catering meals and light refreshments form attached. Remember, this is for reasonable and necessary occasions. Here's the guidance and forms to comply with existing policy. This is found on the Business Services Employee Resources page. It is important to attach approved form to receipt and send to accounts payable. We do not need this form for food purchased as nominal incentives or rewards, such as candy and gum, for morale or participation. This means a nominal amount is spent on each employee. Food purchased for resale at the Cove or food and nutrition services. Food used as part of the curriculum, such as a science project or life skills class. Food purchased for students at approved ASB activities. ASB approval and event info support expenditure. Submit info with original itemized receipts. Meals obtained in travel status, or food purchased with personal funds. Workshop observation travel request, found under Policy 3050. Only required for out-of-state travel. Prior approval is required. More information is on the next slide. Use the workshop observation travel request form. Please note you can continue to use your own travel request forms for other travel. Here's the process. Request form 3050F-1 45 days in advance. Submit to principal and department head, then to administrator, and finally to the superintendent. 7 days prior, request form with approval or denial is returned. And finally, attach approved request form and original itemized receipts to your travel expense voucher that goes to accounts payable. Travel expense voucher. Use object code 8580 for mileage reimbursements. Mileage rates update each January. The current form is on the Business Services Employee Resources webpage. Please verify correct rate is being used. The purpose of trip is required. Attach original itemized receipts for meals purchased. Use mileage chart provided when traveling between schools, and submit mileage requests monthly. De minimis gifts. These are typically purchased with admin MOU funds in program 0191 and are limited to $25 per person per year. Must provide recipients' names. There must be no opportunity for students to purchase illegal substances. Nominal items are preferred over gift cards. For example, flowers, plaques, mugs, snacks or meals for staff appreciation and team building activities. Teresa must pre-approve all purchases. And finally, here are a few miscellaneous items we would like to note. Double-check object code for changes. See updated account code and conversion guides from last year. Make sure invoices are sent with correct PO number. If there is no PO, then make sure there's an account code and signature from your administrator. Send all paperwork at the same time. Your invoice, packing slip, and PO if you are closing. Check Business Services calendar for accounts payable due dates. Thanks for all you do, and we welcome any questions that may come up.